Now the properties. So properties of nitric acid. So properties of nitric acid. The first property is it is a colorless liquid. So and the nitric acid which is present in lab, we call it as lab grade nitric acid. So lab grade nitric acid is 68% nitric acid by mass, the one which is present in lab. But it is fuming liquid. Although it is colorless liquid, it is fuming liquid. So fuming liquid with pungent odor. So with pungent odor, although it is advised never to inhale the gases of nitric acid. So fuming liquid with pungent odor, and the reason is like when you keep nitric acid for long. So when you keep nitric acid for long period, so at that time this nitric acid get decomposed to form nitrogen dioxide, water and oxygen. So this nitrogen dioxide, this in water, it gives yellow colored solution. This is the reason that when you will look at the nitric acid reagent bottle in the lab, so that will be yellow colored if it is quite old, not freshly prepared. So it will be yellow colored, because apart from nitric acid there will be some amount of nitrogen dioxide which will be present in dissolved state, giving it a yellow color there. So the next is structure of nitric acid. So structure of nitric acid. Now as I told you that nitric acid is an oxo acid. Okay, so you have here oxygen linked to nitrogen. So here what will be there? Oxygen linked to nitrogen in this way and in this way, okay, and in this way. Okay, so now just look at nitrogen first. In nitrogen, if you remember, like we have nitrogen, and nitrogen is having 5 valence electron. Okay, and nitrogen can form and what is there? We have s and 3p orbital. So here 2 electron, 1 1 and 1. So 2 electrons are here and 3 are here. These are s and these are p electron. So now it can, like what is there, like it cannot form 5 bond, it will form only 4 bonds. So the covalency is 4. So it can form covalency is 4, means that it can form only 4 bonds. So because it is and this is because it do not have d orbital. So when we have 2s n is equal to 2 for 2s and 2p, so at that time we do not have d orbital. So d orbitals are not there, so it can form only 4 bond. So one bond can be like this one. So it can, because lone pair of electron is there, so it can donate its electron and can form a dative bond. We also call it as a coordinate bond, when one of the element is donating both electron to another element or atom, and then there are 3 unpaired electrons, and so here sharing of electron can also take place. So sharing resulting in formation of covalent bond. So total of 4. So 3 covalent bond and 1 dative bond can be there. So total of 4 bonds can form when nitrogen is there. Now just have a look here. Here we have with this nitrogen 1 electron here, 1 electron here, 1 here. Okay. So this is your pi bond and this is sigma bond. So now what will happen, like it is having, so these are all covalent bond, and it will, and two electron here, these are the lone pair, and it will donate these two electron to oxygen, so one will be a coordinate bond there. When it is donating, so at that time the oxygen will get a it will get a negative charge because it is getting the lone pair, and positive charge. But overall when you look at the molecule, so at that time, because one positive and one negative is there, so overall it will be a neutral. So this will cancel each other, so overall it will be a neutral. But when you draw the resonance structure, at that time it will be H, so it will be N on oxygen, and like in this way, so 2 and 2, 2 2 4 5, and 2 and 2 4, so this one be the negative charge because it has gained electron from this one. So now it will be having a positive charge, and it will give this electron here and in this way. So the next resonating structure will be in this way, where it is HO N positive again, and here this oxygen 2 and 2 and 2, because electrons are moving here, so these electrons with negative charge, and here now you will get a double bond, this electron moving here, and this oxygen will have now only 4 electron. So in this way you will form a resonating structure for nitric acid. This is a planar molecule, and it exists as a gas. So it exists as a gas. Now in aqueous solution, so what happens, like when you put this nitric acid HNO3 in water, so at that time when you put HNO3 in water, at that time you get hydronium ion and nitrate ion. Okay, so it behaves as a strong acid. So this is a strong acid. Nitric acid is a very strong acid. It is corrosive in nature. So whenever corrosive means, like when you put nitric acid and suppose you are preparing nitric acid in lab, so you can't use rubber or metal glassware there, because it will metal equipment there, because what will happen, like it will react with this rubber and metal and it will corrode that layer. So it is corrosive in nature, so only glass ware is recommended where you are using nitric acid. So then the fifth point is that it is a strong oxidizing agent. If you remember, like in class 10th you have done, like when you put any metal in acid, so at that time you get metal salt, okay, and hydrogen gas is liberated, but when it is nitric acid, instead of sulfuric and hydrochloric, if you are using nitric acid, so at that time hydrogen get converted to water, so it is oxidized at that time, so it is a strong oxidizing agent. So now, like then reaction with or action on metals. So the first is reaction with metals which are more electropositive than hydrogen. That means those metals which are lying above the reactivity series, above hydrogen in the reactivity series. So the reaction will be like, if we have zinc, so zinc is above hydrogen in the reactivity series. So if this react with dilute nitric acid, So at that time the product will of course the salt, so zinc nitrate and water, and along with this N2O will be formed. So nitrous oxide will be formed. Also, instead of dilute, if you take concentrated concentrated nitric acid, so at that time again the salt will be there and water will be there, but instead of N2O we get NO2. So this thing you need to remember. So we get NO2. This is strong oxidizing agent, and so hydrogen that is get converted into water here, and apart from this we get N2O and NO2 also. Now again, if we consider metals which are lying, metals which are below hydrogen, so below hydrogen, so at that time these will also react. Like copper is there, and if you take dilute nitric acid, so this will result in formation of the salt, that means copper nitrate, and water plus. But if you take, so here it will be NO, nitric oxide. But if you take concentrated nitric acid, so concentrated nitric acid is there, so at that time again the salt of this one plus water plus nitrogen dioxide. So here nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxide are produced. Now then is reaction with noble gases, noble metals. So noble metals like platinum and gold. Now with noble metals, nitric acid will not react directly, but we have aqua regia, which is HCl plus nitric acid. So 3:1 ratio. So aqua regia is HCl and nitric acid in ratio 3:1. We also call it as royal water. So aqua regia will react with when both of these are there, so they form NOCl. So this is nitrosyl chloride. We also call it as Tilden's reagent. So nitrosyl chloride is there, and water and nascent oxygen. So nascent chlorine or atomic chlorine is formed. So this nascent chlorine, this is quite reactive, and this nascent chlorine will react with gold or platinum, and it dissolve them. So that means it make them soluble. This nascent chlorine which is formed, so it makes this gold and platinum soluble. So this is the reaction with noble metals. Then is reaction with organic compounds, which we will do in next video.